Guys, so I'm here today to film a January favorites for you. Some of this stuff is also stuff I was really liking in December, but I didn't film a December favorites because I did a year-end favorites instead. So I don't have a lot to talk about, but there were a couple things I wanted to touch on, so we're doing it. So before I start this video, subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday, and like you should stick around because like we're pretty fucking cool around here, I'm not gonna lie to you. I will also have a Beautylish Lucky Bag maybe up before this, depending on when I get it. I'm supposed to get it early next week, so I might film it as soon as I get it and then upload it before this video, but yeah, it'll be linked somewhere if I have it. But as I'm waiting around, my first favorite for January is the Embryolisse Lait Cream Concentrate. I forgot how much I loved this. This is my favorite winter moisturizer for the mornings. I have dry skin and I've always liked this moisturizer, but I kind of always forget how much I like it because it doesn't really get cold here until January. Like in December it was pretty mild, but in January we got like -35 weather, so shit was cold. So I started using this again and I bought a new one and it just is so moisturizing. It makes my skin feel so nourished in the morning that I absolutely love it. I think everyone with dry skin should use this in the morning. It's amazing. And then the other two things I have for skincare are masks. Now the first one I have is the Ordinary AHA 30% plus BHA 2% peeling solution. This is a 10-minute exfoliating facial. pH approximately 3.6. Now this isn't legal in Canada. Which sounds ridiculous. This isn't available in Canada. I'm not sure why. I think maybe the AHA percentage is too high for whatever our federal drug and whatever commission, whatever our FDA is, doesn't approve this in Canada. So I bought it off the Beauty Bay, which is a website from the UK. They ship to Canada for relatively cheap, or I believe it's free over like $60. So I had to pick up another Ordinary serum anyway, so I added this one to my cart. As you can see, it's like bright purple. So what you do is you clean your face and then you let your face and your hands completely dry. So it's kind of like a cleanse off oil where you have to use it with dry skin. So you let your face dry and then you put this all over your face. You just kind of put the drops in your hand, rub them together, spread them on your face. I sometimes do like 2 layers just because to make sure I'm getting everywhere. And then you just leave it for 10 minutes. Now, I don't want to say that it doesn't feel like anything. To me, it feels a little bit like tingly, like a little bit burny, but like nothing that feels like you need to take it off immediately. Like it's not like that. It just feels a little bit uncomfortable for the first couple minutes. You only leave it on for 10 minutes and then you wipe it off. I will say I wouldn't recommend using just like water to wipe it off. I would use a face cloth that's wet to wipe it off because I did use water and splashed it on my face the first time and got it in my eyes. Didn't feel good. So you wipe it off with a washcloth after, and it basically just, like you said, like this says, it's an exfoliating facial. So like it literally makes the texture of your skin feel baby smooth. This has been compared to, I think it's the Drunk Elephant like baby facial, but this is like $7 and that's probably like $85. So I definitely would recommend this to you guys if you can get your hands on it in the States, or if you're from Canada, order it from the Beauty Bay. It's so cheap, it's gonna last you forever, and it really does completely help with my texture. I've been getting kind of textury lately, and this has just been like killing it. It says to not use it more than twice a week, but I only use it about once a week, but I'm obsessed. And the last mask I want to talk about is the Indian Healing Clay Aztec Secret 100% Natural Calcium Bentonite Clay Mask. This you can get off of Amazon for $10 or at the Showcase stores here in Canada. It's just a powder mask that you mix with equal parts apple cider vinegar or water. Spread it on your face and your face feels like it's pulsing. I personally like to use it with apple cider vinegar. It definitely feels more aggressive that way, and when I rinse it off, my skin is beet red, but my skin feels not only softer, but also it really helps to unclog any of my pores. If I'm having breakouts or like it's that time of the month, I like to use this to just kind of deep clean my skin, and I cannot tell you how much I love this. Everybody needs this in your life. I have a video about how I use this and like the routine I use because I have dry skin. This can dry your skin out. So like I have a whole, when I use this mask, there's like a whole 3-step mask treatment I do. So I will link that down below because it's intense. Okay, on to the makeup. First thing I'm going to talk about is foundation, and I want to talk about the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. Now, I've always liked this foundation, but I kind of forgot about it recently. When I came back from Vietnam, I was super tanned, or like super tanned for me, so I had to buy a darker foundation. So I picked up the L'Oreal Pro Glow in 204 Natural Buff, which is too dark for me, but I also have the 201 in Classic Ivory, so I was mixing them together. And I do think that like the Classic Ivory is still a little bit light for me. I'm not sure what that is about. I think just because when I tan, I get really freckly, so a lot of my freckles have maintained, and so I still feel like I'm a little bit darker than I was before I left. So I have been mixing in like a drop of 204 to my foundation, and I just love the way this looks. It's what I'm wearing on my skin today. It's beautiful coverage, it's a beautiful finish. I just love it, and I think this foundation is totally underrated. It's probably my favorite drugstore foundation like ever. Like I don't think I have any other drugstore foundations that I reach for except for this one. Your girl loves a glowy skin, and it looks a bomb. I guess the other face product I have is the Fenty highlighter. Now in my year-end favorites, I talked about Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, but I do have to mention Sandcastle and Minted Mojito. Again, since I came back from Vietnam, I was tanned, and Sandcastle has become my go-to highlighter. And my tan is pretty much gone now, and I used it today, and if you use it with a light hand, like when I was tanned, I could like really build this up and be like, oh, look how bronzy I am. But when I'm pasty, like right now, I applied it today with a fan brush, and it's such a beautiful highlighter. Like honestly, Rihanna can do no wrong. I'm placing an order for her new concealers this week. I can't stop myself because like this is the most beautiful highlighter ever. Like this color is so beautiful, and I definitely think this would work on a variety of skin tones because it is like, if it works for me and it's this dark, I think it would definitely work for like medium to medium dark skin tones depending on how lining you like your highlighter, but it's absolutely beautiful. This one I'm not sure it would work on everybody else because it's definitely like more of a minty blue color, but I love that one too a lot. Next I want to talk about eyes. Before I get into eyeshadows, I want to talk about brows. I actually just got my brows done yesterday at the Benefit Brow Bar, and I have to say I have a video on the Benefit Brow Bar as well, but I love the Benefit Brow Bar. I have had my eyebrows jacked up from here to Sunday, from every nail salon to brow places to everywhere, but probably 3 or 4 years ago, I started going to the Benefit Brow Bar in Sephora, and I have never had a bad brow experience. They absolutely know what they're doing. Like, look at these brows. I got them done yesterday. I filled them in a little intense today, but like, they look fucking bomb. And to fill them in today, I used the Benefit Brow Contour Pro. So this is like the clicky pen of brow pencils. I'm in the shade Brown Light, and you get a lighter shade. Actually, I'll swatch it for you. You get a lighter shade, a deeper shade, a definer shade, which is kind of like a cream color, and then a highlighter shade. So this is all the colors you get. And like really for like a light brown, like this brown is dark. I usually use the light brown for most of my brow, and then I go in with the deeper shade just to fill in my arch and a little bit of my tail, just add a little bit more definition. I don't generally use the highlighter or the definer only because I am not the kind of person that carves out my brows, and I do feel like the light shades in this are a little yellow toned for me personally, but the actual brow stuff you get in here is to die for. I picked this up at a Shoppers Drug Mart because I had points, and I believe it's a little bit more pricey than other products because you are getting 4 products in here, but it's not that expensive. And like, can we talk about how my brows look? Like, let's just talk about it for a second. They look fucking bomb, and you can't tell me otherwise. So I've been loving this. I definitely find that for me personally, I like pencils more when my brows are freshly done or more defined. Once they start getting a little haywire near the end, I kind of have to use my dip brow just because I don't even know where my brow is anymore, and I need to help it define it. But I've been loving this. Like, yes. And lastly, for eyes, I have 2 eyeshadow palettes to talk about. First, I want to talk about the Morphe 39A palette. I picked this up last year whenever it restocked, but I didn't really play with it that much. And then I started playing with it a lot in December and early January, and like, it's just such a gorgeous palette. I love these browns here. This brown is kind of like a pukey brown, which I'm totally here for. I wish there was kind of some light shimmery colors in here just for the lids. I feel like with this palette you can really only make like dark vampy looks or like darker looks because like everything in here is dark. There are no light lid shades. So what I usually do is I build up, I use this to like create my crease. And then I will go in with another palette to put on my lid just because I like a lighter lid color generally. So this is just like too much for me. But I do love this shade right here. It's like the color in the Jacqueline Vault, but it actually performs. Love all these berry shades. Like I like that it's kind of into sections. Like you've got like your neutrals here. You've got your berry shades here as well as some orangey neutrals. You've got your transition shades and darks and browns here. You've got your greens and browns here and then your blues here. There's just so much you could do with this. I did a blue smoky eye the other night, which was gorgeous with the blues. Like I just love this palette so much. It's just so versatile. You can do so much with it. The shadows perform amazingly. Like this is how Morphe shadows should perform. Jaclyn Hill Vault palette, take note. These all perform great. I love them. I think it's a great palette. As you can see, it's dirty and disgusting, but loving it. And the next palette I want to talk about is the new Saraya Jade collab with Hot Topic. I just reviewed this 2 videos ago. I've only been playing with this for about 2 weeks now, maybe like a week and a half, but I love this palette. I've done like 4 or 5 looks in this palette, and I work from home, so I don't wear makeup every day anymore, so 4 or 5 looks is a lot for me now, but I absolutely love it. I'm wearing it today on my lid, and can we talk about this copper lid color? Today I'm wearing Winona in my crease, and I have Lydia on my lid. Like, I don't even know if it's showing up as pretty on the camera as it is in person, but it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. I've done a smoky purple look with this. I have done a lot of neutral looks with this because I love this section of the palette here. I wore Oddball on my lid yesterday, which was so beautiful with just like some smoky purple or like some like lighter mauve colors in the crease, and it was great. I just really like this palette. This is another palette where I do wish there were more like shimmery lid shades that were lighter. Like a lot of the lid shades here are like dark. And even over here, the only really shimmery lid shade you have is either this like very pink color, which I'm not really a pink on the lid kind of person, or really it's just Enchanted and Oddball or like your only like classic shimmery lid shades. So that's my number one concern with, I guess, every palette in the history of the world. I just think that if you're gonna give me like so many shades, there are some colors that like you don't, like especially the 39A, like there are so many like browns and greens and stuff in there. Like, do you really need another brown shade in there, or could you give me like a shimmery lid shade? Just saying. But either way, I love the palettes, and I have so much eyeshadow that it's not a big deal for me to pick up another lid shade and use it, but I'm just putting it out there. That's my only con with these 2 palettes, but otherwise they're super affordable. The mattes blend beautifully. Like my eye look today is bomb and you can't deny it. And I just am super impressed with these. Love them. And then in the same vein, my favorite lip products of this month have been the Saraya Jade liquid lipsticks. I've been wearing them all month, whether it be her Breakout Collection lipsticks or her Hot Topic collab lipsticks. I just love them all. My favorite is probably Rebound, which I don't have in here because it's actually in my purse. And IDFC. IDFC is such a unique red color. I absolutely love it. I also love Into Dust. I do think that her original colors are more, just speak to me a little bit more, I guess, than her collab with Hot Topic. Her collab with Hot Topic colors were more like colors you see, whereas I feel like these colors are like more unique, which I like because I'm a makeup hoarder and I like a unique collection. I also want to note that both of these formulas are super comfortable on the lips. They are not like your regular matte liquid lipstick, and they are so wearable, and like it doesn't feel like you're wearing a liquid lipstick at all. They're super comfortable. They're like more of a satin matte kind of finish, and I love that about them. So that is everything. My camera is dying, so I'm gonna wrap this baby up. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will talk to you guys next time. Let me know down below what your favorites for the month of January are so I can check them out. Thanks. Bye.